and welcome to your energy update and messages through tarot for the coming week. So these are the messages for the coming week starting Sunday, the 29th of September. So really for the first week of October as well. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what comes up. If you haven't already seen the messages for the month of September, link in description, video in the end screen, why it is so important for you to love yourself, warts and all. Okay, so you can check that one out. As we're approaching October as well, October 13th is 13th. What is the 11th? I need to check it. A Sunday. So 13th. The second Sunday of every month is the free online event with me and Liz, Tarot and Beyond. So if you're into tarot and you're into integrating the guidance that comes up through tarot, then check it out. It's a free online event via Zoom. The Zoom link is on my website, on the homepage of my website at deborahjanesutton.com. So you can get the Zoom link there and you can join us. It's at 7 p.m. Spanish time, 6 p.m. UK time, and middle of the day, I don't know, depending where you are in other parts of the country. So yeah, Tarot and Beyond. Yeah, check that one out. If you like talking tarot, or even if you just like listening to tarot, interpretations and and talking about guidance and how to apply some of these spiritual lessons that come through, how to apply them to your everyday life. I always find that's the challenge. The challenge, isn't it? A lot of stuff is like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I get that. But then real life hits you in the face. And it's about navigating it, isn't it, with ease and grace, and about applying what you've learned on a receptive level. So, yeah. Okay, so for the coming week, or whenever you're watching this, you know the right message comes at the right time for the right reasons. If it resonates with you, it's for you, and if it doesn't, it obviously isn't. So take a nice deep breath and activate your own intuition. 4 cards have come out. Oh dear. We had this one the other day, didn't we? The other week, I should say. The Tower card. I mean, it's coming up a lot, obviously, because the whole thing is this, as I said then, I mean, it's still really relevant, isn't it? The Tower card is about disruption and chaos. And that disruption and chaos, we can observe that in the collective. We can observe it in our own reality, probably on some level. But we understand that the outside is a reflection of the inside. As within, so without, isn't it? The second Hermetic principle, the principle of correspondence. As within, so without. So really, the chaos that we're seeing in the world around us or in our reality is a reflection of the disruption going on inside of us. And that disruption is, I would say, this shift in our belief system. Our belief system is just constantly shifting. You're probably finding that things that used to bother you don't bother you anymore. Are you finding that? You know, things that used to trigger you, or even things that you used to judge. Now you're not judging anymore. Now you're seeing things, with love and compassion, maybe, or with indifference. Now, that's an interesting word, isn't it? Indifference. That came up for me this week because indifference can be used either positively or negatively, can't it? Depending on the situation. And a lot of these terms, at a lower level of consciousness can be considered quite negative things. But actually, when you get to that place of detachment and that place of unity, or that place of understanding how things are evolving, then it can be quite, that word indifference means, it doesn't mean that you don't care. Because that's what some people might think, it's like, it doesn't mean that you don't care about things. It means that things don't bother you. And this makes perfect sense to me because I see everything as like trapped emotions within us. And when we experience something that triggers us outside of us, it's actually that emotion within us that's created the trigger rather than the trigger making us feel the emotion. It's the other way around. But when you're doing this inner work and you're having this emotional cleanse, which we're all doing because we're allowing ourselves to cry, whether we're using the emotion code or the tapping or any other emotional healing modality, but also all the modalities that work on thought, whether it be Psych K, the brain integration, the Byron Katie work. This is all shifting your reality at the level of thought, but our emotions are attached to thinking, right? So when you shift your thought, you shift the emotion. And that's how you can shift from an emotion of resentment into an emotion of love and gratitude. So because we're doing all of this work, we're basically cleansing ourselves of these negative emotions. So then when something happens, or you see something in the collective, let's say, something that used to upset you, used to bother you, something that you used to want to protest about, or you'd want to discuss it with people, you'd think it was terrible, let's talk about it. Or you might think it was, oh, isn't this good? Let's talk about it. You're probably finding that there are things now that you're just seeing in the news, whether it be mainstream or alternative, or you're just seeing outside of you in your reality, and it's not bothering you anymore. It's like, okay, I observed that. I used to think that was a bad thing. I used to talk about that, but I don't feel to anymore. Or look at something and go, oh, I used to think that was a really good thing, or I used to talk about it, and now you just observe it and you just think, no, it's just what is. It's just what is. It's just uh, creation, and some of it, and we're taking away the emotion attached to it. Well, the reason that we're doing that is because we've done all of this cleansing. I've talked before about the bucket of dirty water and the light coming in, the clean water coming in, and the dirty water coming out. Because this is happening whether you know it or not. If you consciously clear your trapped emotions and limiting beliefs, then fair enough. You're going to kind of raise your frequency maybe a bit faster than somebody who isn't. But whether you know it or not, we are all having that upgrade. So we are in a position where we can be a little bit indifferent. But remember, we're also in the field beyond right and wrong. Because if you look at some things in the world and you're indifferent, people will say you're heartless. How can you not care? And it's not that you don't care, it's that you don't have the trapped emotion within you, the grief, the sadness, the disgust, you know, the fear, I mean, the anger, the resentment. If you don't have those within you, then when you observe things, you're not going to be triggered, are you? Because remember, the things outside of you are triggering the emotions that are already in you. It's your emotion that is creating the trigger, not the trigger creating your emotion. So it makes sense, doesn't it, that when you do this inner work and you've released these emotions, you have no resentment because you've been working on forgiveness or whatever it might be, then you can look at things that used to horrify you. You can look at them with indifference. And that, with an open heart of love and compassion for everybody, because that's kind of like a given, isn't it? When you're vibrating at the frequency of love or above, as they say, then that feeling of love and compassion you just automatically have for everything and everyone. And that frequency of gratitude. I was thinking the other day, I used to write my gratitude list all the time. I don't do that anymore, but I think that's because I live in a constant state of gratitude. It's like practicing something, isn't it? It's the same with affirmations. I was talking about those the other day, always having those 8 affirmations. But actually, when you first start out, it might take months. It used to take me months to align my frequency with the frequency of the affirmations I was using. But now I tend to find that, I just have to think an affirmation, and then believe it, choose to believe it, and then you're in alignment with it, right? So it's more of an instant realization than it is trying to install a positive belief because you have the negative one. Do you know what I mean? So everything manifests a lot quicker, I think, on this path. Now everything's manifesting a lot quicker. But back to the indifference, because I think that's really important. And the reason, I mean, I've never said this with this card before, but things are collapsing outside. And when you're in the thick of that, it's traumatic. It's shocking. It could fill you with terror or horror or panic, but if you're observing it, having cleared out all your trapped emotions of terror and horror and panic, then you're observing it from a place of indifference, which doesn't mean you don't care. It means that it no longer affects you on an emotional level. You can just have your heart open, as I said, with love and compassion for everyone. So that's interesting. Are you finding that some of the events going on, the collapse of things in the collective, are you finding them less traumatic? Are they not? Are you finding that they're not triggering you as much? This could be a lot to do with some of the news that's coming out, some of the truths that are coming out about what's going on around the world. I think this is about getting to that place of indifference so you can observe stuff, and then that's how you rise above it. You've literally risen above it when it no longer triggers you. Because at the end of the day, it's all just creation. And it's all serving us somehow, isn't it? It's all serving us. Even if it's adversity, if it's causing you adversity, or people that you love adversity, or just people in the collective that you're observing online, it's the adversity that is needed to help people evolve. So it's actually really a good thing, isn't it? When you can do that full circle and come back to seeing the adversity as being the blessing. That's what I want to say. Yeah, because you're doing it from a place of stillness. This is a major arcana card as well. Oh my God, I've just had a look. Out of 4 cards, 3 of them are major arcanas. So it's a powerful time. He is just in his stillness. He's enlightened. He's spiritually guided to come on the heels of this. He's indifferent to what's going on. He's indifferent. Doesn't mean he doesn't care. Of course, he cares, and he has that love and compassion for everybody. But he is not emotionally triggered. He is not emotionally involved. That is the point. And he is not judging. He's shifting his judgments of that's wrong, that's bad, they're evil, that's not right. He's shifting those judgments to there's adversity going on. What helps me in these situations is seeing everything at a soul level. And if you listen to Dolores Cannon and her work, and a lot of other people that work with at a soul level, there is this belief that we choose our adversity. We come in and we agree with other souls to play certain roles, goodies and baddies in our life, and that the greatest adversity is usually the old souls. Because they understand that when they heal themselves, they heal the collective. And a lot of souls have come in to wake people up at this time of the Great Awakening, even if that means having a traumatic experience, but helping other people wake up. So that could be like a lot of the children, that die young and stuff like that. And you think that's not right. How can there be a God when children get sick and die young? But if them passing young is going to help other people wake up to what's going on in the world, or maybe it's going to help people wake up to learning to love themselves through the grief or whatever. I mean, there's a million. I mean, everyone's unique and everyone's got a unique story. But it's like that. When you can see the trauma outside of you as just souls choosing their adversity in order to help themselves evolve and to help others evolve. When you can see it like that, and then you see the really harsh adversity, and then you can just think there's an old soul. And sometimes souls bite off more than they can chew, right? So their human obviously has forgotten, because we come in and forget, don't we? So the human's forgotten, and the human is going through a bad time. And but it's about them finding their way, them understanding that the lower they go, the higher they will rise. That's what I want to say. The lower they go, the higher they will rise. And you'll find that most of the spiritual teachers, I mean, the yeah, I mean, I don't know, whoever, most, they have had the most trauma. And I think that's why, because they're the older, wiser souls who have chosen it, because they know that they're healing the collective when they evolve through their trauma. And so that's the path they've chosen at a soul level. And then it takes you away from feeling sorry for people. Again, it's compassion, isn't it? You can have compassion, you can have love and respect and gratitude. I mean, I just fill up with gratitude for people in that situation, because I'm like, look what they're doing for humanity. Look what they're doing for humanity. I don't know, whoever, people that are going through that, and you're watching it maybe, online, or it could be in your own reality. But you just think, wow, thank you for going through that on behalf of the collective. It just expands you into more love. That's how he sees things, because he's enlightened. He's seeing things from a different perspective. That's why he's upside down, right? That's how he can view things like that. So he's not seeing things as right and wrong and good and bad. He's just seeing things as creation. So being upside down, I am a big fan of being upside down. If you're not ready to do headstands or anything like that, then at least just lie over your bed and put your head down over the side of your bed. Um, it has all sorts of benefits, but it does awaken the crown chakra. And I just think it's beautiful. And it does help you just being upside down for a while. But, it just, when you come back up, people always feel like they have a smile on their face. Um, so yeah, it's a physical thing, seeing things from a different perspective, but it's also obviously a mental thing, seeing things from a different perspective. Now he doesn't force action. He is in his stillness. Doesn't mean that he doesn't take action, but any action that he's meant to take will flow through him from the divine. It will flow through him, and action will be choiceless, effortless, joyful. He doesn't have to make an effort. He's not pushing a rock up a hill. He's not pushing energy where it doesn't want to go. And if there is nothing to do at the time, just be still. Just be still. I think that's an ongoing piece of guidance for all of us, all the time, probably. But really important to take time out, even if you're super busy with full-time job and kids and relationships and everything else. That 3 minute pause, you can just take maybe 3 times a day, just 3 minutes in the morning, 3 minutes at lunchtime, 3 minutes in the evening, just 3 minutes. I mean, take yourself to the bathroom if you have to, and just 3 minutes pause. No one else. There's a bit of solitude there, hopefully, even if you've got little ones. I know what they're like following you into the bathroom. But that 3 minutes, to take a breath, 3 minutes of stillness. It's powerful. You might not think it, you might not seem it in the beginning, but keep doing it, and then you'll realize that the level of relaxation that you can achieve in those 3 minutes will give you so much more energy and so many more insights. And yeah, I mean, it will just really help you connect to your higher self. And there should be some good guidance coming out of that, I think. Our next card is the Seven of Pentacles. He's also coming up quite a lot lately. He's reflecting on his stockpile. He's reflecting on everything that he's achieved. It could be money that he saved, of course, because it's pentacles. But we know that pentacles is more than that. Pentacles is our abundance. It could be his health. He has an accumulation of good health or happiness, or resources, because pentacles is very much resources. It's earth. And earth and material things, usually practical things, but also it can be an accumulation of knowledge that he's got from reading or from videos or from friendships or from traveling. But he's accumulated quite a lot of knowledge here. And I'm seeing this with a lot of people around me, where this is where everyone is so unique, you know, because like this person might have studied massage and yoga with Qigong, for example, and the next one's studied maybe massage with something else, and aromatherapy maybe, and the next one studied, you know, massage with something else. And everybody is like, everyone's so unique because this is what we've accumulated and we're putting it all together. And it's beautiful because it's bringing out the uniqueness in us all. So there's loads of massage therapists, there's loads of yoga teachers, there's loads of tarot card readers, there's loads of this, but everyone is so unique because everybody is drawing on their own stockpile. So this, he comes up to say that you have everything you need to do what you're meant to be doing, because a lot of people don't feel ready to take that next step. Whatever it may be. They feel like they need to maybe study a bit more, or they need to accumulate more clients, or they need to wait till they've got more time, or they might be thinking, oh, I need to get a space to better work from. But all of that can happen on the job. All of those things can happen on the job. He's often assigned, in my interpretation, get started. Just get started with doing whatever it is that you want to do, because you have the knowledge, you have the experience, you have the know-how, you know, you have the finances behind you, you have the support, you have the resources. So just get started and the rest will fall into place. It doesn't have to be perfect from the start, whatever it is that you're doing, because I think it's quite an exciting new paradigm activity, some kind of service to humanity, some kind of channel for you to express yourself, your joy, your excitement, your creativity. It's some kind of creative endeavor, but you can just start, and then you can kind of train yourself on the job. I think that's a really important point, because I want to say done is better than perfect. I'm going to say that again. Done is better than perfect. Okay, so just get things done, put it out there, and then tweak things as you go. Tweak things as you go. Okay, it reminds me actually of I don't know whether any of you have seen my video for the sway test, but I did that so long ago. I did that before I had my channel, really, because I was wanting to share it with clients, and I could never find anything on YouTube that about the sway test that said what I wanted to say about it. And I just thought, no, I'll have to do my own video so that I can say the things I wanted to say. And I had never done videos before. And I didn't know that you could have fun doing videos. And I'm so serious in that video. I'm really serious. I think you have to be serious doing videos. And the camera angle, I didn't know to put the camera up. And so the camera angle is very unflattering. And at the time, I thought, well, no one's really going to see it. I'm just going to put it on YouTube to send to clients, you know, so it doesn't really matter. But now it's my second most watched video, and I can't be bothered to change it because there is only me, right? And so, does it really matter? It doesn't matter. The content of what I'm saying, you know, the words I'm saying, the information that I'm sharing is relevant, and you know that I stand by that. So that's my example of like you can train on the job, you know, because you know I didn't know anything about doing videos. I didn't know how to have a laugh doing videos. I didn't know about camera angles. I didn't have a microphone. I don't have a microphone today either. I usually do. So I hope this is being recorded clearly. We shall see. Um, but then, you know, I just there's a lot of stuff that you just can learn as you go, and it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. That's what he's telling me. Because the last card is the star, which is heaven on earth. This is your true essence. The main star represents your true essence. Are you expressing your true essence? Are you expressing your true soul's essence? Are you? Or are you just getting by in your human experience, just expressing yourself on a human level, or are you expressing your soul's desires? So this is the star. It represents paradise and fertile land. It's my card for heaven on earth. It's a really, really powerful card. We are creating heaven on earth. It's Aquarius, and we're in the age of Aquarius. So it's also my card for the new earth as well. So yeah, it's interesting. So you have to go along with the cards. You can't just jump to heaven on earth, right? You have to deal with the disruption and chaos, okay? And you need to release those emotions so that you can observe the disruption and chaos going on around us from a place of tranquility, from a place of peace, okay? That's really important. And keep that stillness, understanding. You might think that you've got to do, and you've got to run around and try and get clients and do this and do that, and you don't. If you're still and you can enjoy that stillness, you will find that whatever you need will come to you. It will come to you. I have got a video on that I did with the lovely Liz. I'll put a link in the description and the video in the end screen. I think we called it Sit Back and Let Life Come to You. I think that's relevant. So that's what he's doing. He's not sitting back though, of course, because he's doing a headstand and he's looking at things from a different perspective. But let life come to you. And it will come to you when you can honor that stillness. Stillness is the access point. If you want to hurry things up, you have to slow things down. It's just one of these paradoxes. It's a quantum truth, what can I tell you? You have everything you need to go forward. So this is beautiful. You probably get some inspiration when you're in this position, hanging your head over the side of your bed or lying over a ball. I actually have a video on lying over a ball to get that feeling of like a headstand with an open heart. Or you could be doing a headstand. So that ideas will probably come in when you're in this stillness. And you have everything you need to go forward. You have everything you need. You might not think you have enough money or time or whatever, but you do. You have everything you need. Get started. Done is better than perfect. Okay, like my sway test video. Done is better than perfect. Because we're creating heaven on earth, and there is only you. And if you're worried what other people think of you, I mean, this is such a big lesson, isn't it? If you're worried what other people think of you, you need to remember that there is only you creating your reality. So if you can stop caring about these things, other people outside of you will also stop caring about these things. Self-approval comes from within. If you can approve of yourself and you can release your self-criticism, then nobody outside of you can criticize you because the outside is a reflection of the inside. Everybody outside of you is holding a mirror up to a part of you. So if you think people are going to laugh at you, that's because there's a part of you laughing at you. That's just the program, right? If you think people are going to criticize you, well, that's because you're criticizing yourself. So think about that while you get whatever this is out there. And this is how we create heaven on earth, by operating from this place of stillness and by allowing divine action to flow through us and by following our path of excitement, our joy, our creativity, and using our natural resources. If you're naturally good at playing an instrument, then you're meant to do it, right? If you're naturally good at singing, for example, then you're meant to do it. If you're naturally sporty, then you're meant to do it, right? If there's things that just come easy to you and you enjoy them, obviously you're meant to do them, right? And this is heaven on earth, where everything is easy and enjoyable. Isn't that where we want to live? Easy and enjoyable. Heaven on earth. Wow, I like that. I like that. So keep your eyes and ears open for October's messages because I'll be doing those in the next few days as well. And let me know if anyone is interested in doing a Learn to Read Tarot course. Now that it's getting a little bit, we're coming into autumn, I'm thinking maybe November time. Um, I'm thinking of doing another Learn to Read Tarot course. I did one last winter, and then I did another one in the summer. And so, yeah, let me know. Just through the website or on YouTube or however, if we're connected on Facebook, just send me a message saying, yep, you're interested in it. And then I'll just kind of make a note. And then if and when I do offer it, I'll make sure that you have all the information. So yeah, because I'm thinking of doing that. It's a nice thing to do online when it starts getting dark. And in the evenings, it could be an evening course, and yeah, and you want to stay home rather than be out in the dark. So yeah, it'd be online, so it'd be available all over the world. So yeah, let me know that. Anything else? I don't think so. I think that's it for this week. So thank you, thank you, thank you for getting to the end of the video. I am sending you so much love, and I shall see you soon. Bye for now.